A man is great by deeds, not by birth. No one can defeat a powerful mind. Humbleness is at the root of self-control. It is the mind of man alone that is the cause of his bondage or freedom. A true son is obedient, a true father is loving, and a true friend is honest. God is not present in idols. Your feelings are your God, the soul is your temple. Once you start working on something, don't be afraid of failure and don't abandon it. As soon as the fear approaches near, attack and destroy it. Education is the best friend. An educated person is respected everywhere. Education beats the beauty and the youth. The fragrance of flowers spreads only in the directions of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all direction. Purity of speech, of the mind, of the senses, and of a compassionate heart are needed by one who desires to rise to the divine platform. There is poison in the fang of the serpent, in the mouth of the fly, and in the sting of a scorpion, but the wicked man is saturated with it. Drop the idea that attachment and love are one thing. They are enemies. It is attachment that destroys all love. Knowledge is lost without putting it into practice. A man is lost due to ignorance, an army is lost without a commander, and a woman is lost without a husband. The biggest guru mantra is, never share your secrets with anybody. It will destroy you. One who can't determine his goals cannot win. Never settle for anything less than what you deserve. It's not pride, it's self-respect. A person should not be too honest. Straight trees are cut first and honest people are screwed first. Even if a snake is not poisonous, it should pretend to be venomous. Before you start some work, always ask yourselves 3 questions: why I am doing it, what the results might be, and will I be successful? Only when you think deeply and find satisfactory answers to these questions, go ahead. Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourselves. Avoid him who talks sweetly before you, but tries to ruin you behind your back, for he is like a pitcher full of poison with milk on top. There is no austerity equal to a balanced mind, and there is no happiness equal to contentment. There is no disease like covetousness, and no virtue like mercy. The one excellent thing that can be learned from a lion is that whatever a man intends doing should be done by him with a wholehearted and strenuous effort. Till the enemy's weakness is known, he should be kept on friendly terms. Never make friends with people who are above or below you in status. Such friendships will never give you any happiness. There are 3 gems upon this earth: food, water, and pleasing words. Fools consider pieces of rocks as gems. Practice reveals one's learning, demeanor, the lineage. The virtues reveal one's quality and the eyes of one's anger. There is some self-interest behind every friendship. There is no friendship without self-interests. This is a bitter truth. Don't judge the future of a person based on his present conditions, because time has the power to change black coal to shiny diamond. A man is born alone and dies alone, and he experiences the good and bad consequences of his karma alone, and he goes alone to hell or the supreme abode. The earth is supported by the power of truth. It is the power of truth that makes the sun shine and the winds blow. Indeed, all things rest upon truth. One whose knowledge is confined to books, and whose wealth is in the possession of others, can use neither his knowledge nor wealth when the need for them arises. Test a servant while in the discharge of his duty, a relative difficulty, a friend in adversity, and a wife is misfortune. Wealth, a friend, a wife, and a kingdom may be regained, but this body, when lost, may never be acquired again. We should not fret for what is past, nor should we be anxious about the future. Men of discernment deal only with the present moment. The life of an uneducated man is as useless as the tail of a dog, which neither covers its rear end nor protects it from the bites of insects. Accumulated wealth is saved by spending, just as incoming fresh water is saved by letting out stagnant water. Those base men who speak of the secret faults of others destroy themselves like serpents that stray onto ant-hills. It is better to die than preserve life by incurring disgrace. The loss of life only pains a moment, but disgrace every day of one's life. If you were to choose between an evil person and a snake to keep company with, opt for the snake, because the snake will bite you only in self-defense, but the evil person will put a bite for any reason and any time or always. The wise man should restrain his senses like the crane and accomplish his purpose with due knowledge of his place, time, and ability. A guru who shows his disciple the path of righteousness leaves a huge debt. It cannot be paid back, as none of the physical objects is so precious. For the moon, though one, dispels the darkness, which the stars, though numerous, cannot. Physically beautiful woman can give you pleasure to only one night, but mentally beautiful woman gives you pleasure for lifetime. One should not trust the sweet words of evil people, because they do not forget their original nature. There are two ways to deal with thorns and wicked people. One is to crush them, and the other is to stay away from them. I am thankful to those who left me, because they taught me I can do it alone. Too much beauty got Sita kidnapped, too much ego got Ravana killed, and too much charity got Raja Bali in deep trouble. So too much of anything is bad. One should refrain from too much. As long as your body is healthy and under control and death is distant, try to save your soul. When death is imminent, what can you do? Many a bad habit is developed through overindulgence, and many a good one by chastisement. Even if a gem be placed on the foot and a mirror on the head, still the gem will not lose its value. The arrow shot by the archer may or may not kill a single person, but stratagems devised by wise men can kill even babes in the womb. Every neighboring state is an enemy, and the enemy's enemy is a friend. Just as it is impossible to know when a swimming fish is drinking water, so it is impossible to find out when a government servant is stealing money. In the absence of a magistrate, the strong will swallow the weak, but under his protection, the weak resist the strong. If one has a good disposition, what other virtue is needed? If a man has fame, what is the value of other ornamentation? It is necessary for a wise man that he should always keep his enemy side entangled in some or the other trouble. With this, they will never be able to create trouble or trouble for him. There is no water like rainwater, no strength like one's own, no light like that of the eyes, and no wealth more dear than food grain.